Hello dear students, welcome to your computer classes. We are going to start now with chapter number 7, that is more on Python. So let us first see the learning objectives of this chapter. So the first thing that you are going to learn is the type of operators that we use in Python, followed by what is an assignment operator and how is it used, relational operators, logical or Boolean operators, and what is the precedence of operator. Precedence here means hierarchy of the operators that is used when we work in Python. So we'll study about each of this in detail. Let us move to the first topic. Here you need to understand two important terms which I have highlighted. The first one is operators and the second one is operands. Operators are the symbols that we use. The arithmetic expression, when we solve it, the symbols that we use in that expression are known as the operators. And on which we use these operators, they are known as operands. So to understand these two terms, let us just go through this expression where I have written sum is equal to a plus b. Here is equal to and plus. These two signs are known as operators, whereas sum A and B is known as operands. So here the signs and symbols that I'm using, that is equal to sign and the plus sign, they are termed as operators. And on which I'm doing these operations, they are known as the operands. So now moving further, we'll learn about the different types of operators that we use in Python. The first operator that we come across is the arithmetic operators. In case of arithmetic operators, we have plus, minus, multiplication and division. These are the operators that we use in which are termed as arithmetic operators. Apart from that, you need to come into two more important topics in arithmetic operators themselves, that is unary operator, and coming to the next one is binary operator. In unary operator, we use single operand. A single operand is used in case of unary operator. Let us understand that with the help of the Python window. So I'm going to start my Python. This is how the Python window looks like. Now here I'm going to, in the command prompt section, I'm going to write a is equal to plus 10, and if I print a, as you can see, I've used one single operator and single operand. So this is known as unary operator. Whereas when it comes to binary operator, say suppose I write a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, print a plus b. In that case, I'll get the answer where I am using two operands, a and b. So this is known as binary operator, where I'm dealing with two operands. And this that I used is the single operator. So that is known as unary operator. So this is about arithmetic operators. Moving on to the next. In the arithmetic operators, we have addition. It will add the two operands or more than two. Subtract, minus sign that is used, the symbol that is used. For multiplication, we use an asterisk, which is used to find product of two numbers. And division, it will divide two numbers and give the output in decimal form. Now students, as you can see on the screen, there are two kinds of division that are present in Python. You have simple division and you have floor division. So I'll just give you practically the example and then we'll understand the difference between division and floor division. I'll start Python. When I divide a number, say suppose I divide 12 by 5. So if I divide 5 by 12, so I'll get the answer as 2.4. This is normal simple division that we use. But if the same number I floor divide, when it comes to floor division, we put a double slash. I divide 12 by 5, but I'm now doing floor division, not the normal division. In that case, I'll get the answer in integer form. When I do simple division, I get the answer in decimal form. When I do floor division, I get the answer only and only in integer form. So that is the difference between division and floor division. Coming to the next, we have remainder. Remainder, when we divide the number and we have to we want the answer as the remainder itself. So in that case, I'll open Python and I will divide the same number 12, but this time I want the answer, not the quotient, I want the remainder. So the remainder that I'll get is 2, because when I divide 5 by 12, 5 2 is 10, and when I subtract it, my remainder answer will be 2. So that is how the remainder operator works. For remainder, we use the percent sign. And coming to the last operator, that is the exponential operator. It is used to calculate the power of numbers. Now, when it comes to power, we multiply the base number, the number of times the power is written. I'll just give you an example over here. If I want to know 3 raised to 3. So here I am going to multiply 3 times. So 3 3s are 9, 9 3s is 27. So here the first number denotes the base and the second number denotes the power. We'll multiply the base the number of times we write the power. So that is known as exponential. So for exponential we use the operator that is double asterisk. So these are the arithmetic operators: plus, minus, multiplication, division, floor division, remainder and exponential. Moving on to the next part, we have string operators. String operator means when we work with text data. Now, with the string operator, we can either join the two strings or replicate the two strings. To join the two strings, we use plus operator. And to replicate the string, we use asterisk operator. So the plus operator is also known as concatenation operator, where we join two text values. And the multiplication operator is also known as replication operator, because we will write that particular string the number of times we want. So here suppose I take up as A is equal to input, enter your name. Okay, so it will ask me for my name, and here suppose I write Joy. And I take another variable B in which I will ask for the input, enter your surname. It will ask me for my surname. So say suppose I write Patel. And then I concatenate. For concatenation we use the plus operator. So I'll write print A plus B. In that case, both the names will be joined. Both the variables are joined. Here I have taken string values, and so when we add, it is known as concatenation. What if I want to print a particular word, say suppose welcome, for 4 times? So I'll use the replication operator, that is multiplication, and I'll write into 4. Welcome, 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 welcome is printed 4 times. So that is the string operator that we concatenate and we replicate. Moving on to the next operator that we have is assignment operator. Now, is equal to sign is used as the assignment operator. Here where you have seen A is equal to input, enter the first name. So this Joy will be assigned to A variable with the help of this assignment operator. That is the is equal to operator. So is equal to operator is known as the assignment operator. It assigns the value to the variable. Moving on to the next, we have relational operator. Now, relational operators find the relation between the two values and gives us the answer in the form of true or false. Let us consider an example over here where I have taken A is equal to 10. The value of A is 10 and B is 4. Now, 10 is less than 4. The first operator that we are using is less than. Is 10 less than 4? No, right? So, the answer that comes up is false. Moving on to the next, less than equal to. Is 10 less than equal to 4? Again false, because it's wrong. A is equal to B. Is equal to, we don't use single, we write equal to with the help of two equal to sign, because is equal to simply means assignment operator. So when we are using relational operator equal to, we put double equal to sign. Is A equal to B? Is 10 and 4 the values are same? No. So the answer will come up as false. Again, A is greater than B. Yes, 10 is greater than 4. So it's true. A is greater than equal to 4? Yes, again it's true. A is not equal to 4. That is 10 is not equal to 4. So again the answer is 2. We just see the example over here. Say suppose I write the value as A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 4. And if we write A is greater than B, print A is greater than B. Here I am using the relational operator. So answer that will come up is false. 10 is not greater than 4. So 10 is less than, not less than 4. Here we have used less than operator. If I write print A is greater than B, what will be the answer? The answer will come up as, so that is the relational operator. Moving on to the next that we have is logical or Boolean operators. They also give the answer either in true or false. Logical and Boolean operators are, there are three logical and Boolean operators that are used. We have and, or, and not. For and, both the conditions needs to be true. For or, either of the condition needs to be true. And for not, the condition, if it is true, the answer will come up as false. So let us just see an example. Here if I take, I've already taken A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 4. So here I'll write A equal to 5 and B is less than equal to 10. I'll use the print. Now here I have applied AND logical operator. When it comes to AND, compulsory both the values need to be true. Is A equal to 5? No. Is B greater than equal to 10? No. So the answer that will come up is false because both the conditions are true. But if I write print A equal to 10 and B is, say suppose, less than 4, right? B is less than equal to 4. Both the conditions are true. Yes, A is equal to 10, right? And B is not less than but equal to 4. The answer that will come up is, so AND is a logical operator. The similar way we can write OR. Print A equal to 10 or, here suppose I write B is greater than equal to 4. Is A equal to 10? Yes. But B is greater than 4. I'll just write greater than 4. In OR, either of the condition should be true. The answer will come is true. One condition is true. The other one is wrong. But one condition is true. Then the answer that we get is true. And for not, say suppose I write A is not equal to 5. Here A is not equal to 5, right? So it's false. But when I put not in front of it, then the answer will come up as false. A is not equal to 5. So the answer is false. Moving on to the next topic. The next topic that we have is operator precedence. For operator precedence, precedence is the value on which the operator works. So here we'll just go through this table to understand it in a more better way. So when it comes to operator precedence, operator precedence is the hierarchy according to which the operators are solved in an arithmetic operation. So here the method which is followed is BEDMAS. BEDMAS means first in any of the expression the parenthesis will be solved. The brackets will be opened up first. Then comes E. After brackets B, we have E, that is exponentiation. If you have exponent values, the first operation that will happen is exponents. Then if you have a unary operator, either plus or minus, then comes multiplication, bed, mass. So multiplication, division, floor division, and we have remainder. So for multiplication will get solved, then division, then floor division, and if there is any remainder as the answer you want, then the remainder will get solved. Then comes the addition, and then comes the subtraction. And in that expression, if you have relational operator or Boolean or logical operator, they will be solved at last. So that is precedence. And associativity, if the operators are same, if you have used plus only, you want to add two values a plus b comma c plus d. In that case, it will either be solved left to right, either a plus b will get solved first, or from right to left, depending on the level, depending on the values. So that is known as associativity, when you use the same precedence operator. So students, here we come to the end of this topic. I'm going to continue this chapter. We have still iterative statements, conditional statements coming up. We'll study about them in detail in the next class. Till that time, go through this video, understand this all concepts clearly. Take care of yourself. Bye all of you.